It is disturbingly hot in here. I don't know if this thermostat works. The AC sure doesn't, but it does say it's 80 degrees. We're hanging out in my studio today. I've taken you guys in here. This room has quite a shape-shifting presence in my life. I have used it for so many different things. I like to keep it pretty empty and clear so that it can remain functional. I've like gotten ready in here with the glam team for different events. I film a lot of content in here. For the past few weeks, it's been serving very well as a little art studio, a little painting room. It's normally not a sauna in here. I have like a large fan that I position at myself. I open the windows, I crank the music up. I have been learning so much about oil painting. I'm sold. Will I be approaching it differently next time? Yeah, yes I am. I just saw a cat in one of my side mirrors and I thought it was Moose. There's really nowhere to put this. Oh shit, oh my goodness. What a mess. She's a mess. She's a snark. I guess that works. Do you like them? I really enjoy painting. I never do it. I've actually never used oil paint and I've always wanted to. It's the big girl step from acrylic to oil. I tried watching a couple videos. I have a general idea of what I need to do and what I need to get, but it's very different. The hardest thing for me is figuring out what to paint. And this morning I found a photo that I took earlier this year in February, and I just love the colors. Now that I have something I want to paint, I feel way more motivated. Like, I think that's like half the battle sometimes, at least for me personally. So now that I have it, I'm excited. I want to do this. Wait, before we get into the actual painting montage, it's quite of a commitment for you guys. Let's like recap other things this month. We can start off with random clips that have no other placement for the video. Let's start there. I don't know. A little summer barbecue, doggies, grilling. Wait, we gotta throw down one of these.
One of what?
One of this. I haven't tried this. Field roast, classic smoked plant-based, Frankfurters. I don't know that word. All I know is kielbasa. You guys already know. This time I put strawberry in here. Yum. Perfect.
So
well, it feels like my childhood bedroom. Yeah, it's my childhood bedroom.
He's such a little prince. Delivery.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
nice. Everybody.
Alone coyote.
This is just the easiest way to like really do it, you know?
Yeah.
And then I do right to left because I'm left-handed.
You absolute girl boss.
I know, I'm girl bossing my way to number 15 on the charts.
No fucking way.
How about that rap?
6.0 to 8.5. 20 minutes and allow yourself.
One of the standout nights of this past month was lemon night.
Since I fixed it.
Hello, hello. Claudia, this is so fucking cute, I can't.
Yeah. But yeah, here I've got tongs.
It's just delightful rap.
Ash, you get the best 4.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
a little app.
The dill is what changes everything.
Very lemony.
This was orchestrated by our best friend Rat. He wanted to create a dining experience surrounded by one food item. He chose lemon, and we really want to continue on with this concept and do other nights like a Parmesan night or an olive night. For some reason that night, it felt like we were in Europe. It was one of the cutest nights of my entire life. Anyways, cheers to lemon night. First time for me, felt very much a part of the community. It's this, I'm not really sure who's running it, and I'm not really sure how often it happens, but they block off an entire street for bike riders. Are you zooming in? I have to direct, you know what I'm saying? The one we went to, they blocked off Hollywood Boulevard. So we rode like through Hollywood into West Hollywood. There's different like tents and stations and vendors, and it's just really sweet. A lot of kids are on like their tricycles. That's the shot. Yeah, but
I'm gonna get.
so much to go.
If I'm gonna get like super. Whoa, close. You got it. You got it. Boom, good click.
Oh! 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 Hello, Pinch. A small little airplane. Whoa! Oh!
Yeah, I wasn't gonna get that. Yep.
Sounded good.
Yeah.
It's also going out.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm exhausted.
What's those big pants you have on?
Ooh!
That's right, fucker.
Yep. Yep. Yeah! Yeah! Oh!
This is like the 3 weeks Trump is out.
Oh my gosh.
This score is much closer than it feels. 7-8.
Nice. Yeah! Yeah!
10-8-2. Game point, bitch.
Love you, Claudia.
Nope.
Who made those shoes?
Oh, there you go. 9, 10. Oh, great game.
Woo!
What are we shooting?
A music video
For
Crying Out Loud.
by you.
Yes.
This month, the music video for Crying Out Loud came out, which is one of Phineas's songs. So fun to be a part of it. The opening shot of the video where I'm going down into the elevator, that shot for sure took the longest. Just lining everything up because it was one big take. We were using a real elevator that has its own weird delayed closing and opening time. Getting all of those beats right took a little trial and error. I don't think I put this clip into last month's vlog, but I had a clip where I was talking about how I've never gone to Vegas as an adult and like done the Vegas thing, gambled, clubs, another club, like that vibe. We checked it off. I went to Vegas for 24 hours with Phineas, our friends Charlotte and Blake, and it was perfect. It was a 10 out of 10 experience. We get to Vegas, we get ready. The boys are wearing suits, the girls are wearing dresses. We went all out with it. We went to Carbone, we had an incredible dinner. I actually had some period drama that honestly, looking back now, like really colors the night. I brought like a bunch of tampons with me and I left them in the room. I didn't bring any into my bag with me, forgot. We had to rush to David Blaine's magic show straight after dinner. Didn't have time to stop in the hotel room. We're walking to the show, right? I bleed through my tampon. I am feeling blood in between my thighs. It has completely soaked through. The tampon has reached its threshold. I run to the bathroom minutes before the show starts. I create a pad with toilet paper, as one does. I am sorry now for the graphic visual, but because my underwear was also soaked in blood, I had to like wrap extra toilet paper You guys, I created like a human diaper with shitty Las Vegas toilet paper. The show starts, we're sitting in our chairs. I'm like, if I don't have blood on my dress, if I don't get blood on this chair, this is gonna be a miracle. So the show's happening. David is fucking amazing, okay? The show was incredible. Charlotte Lawrence has known David for a while, and I think he like spotted us for sure, because you know, he's going out in the crowd, he's pulling people to help assist with magic tricks, and the whole time I'm like, don't call on me. Don't call on me. I have a diaper on. Halfway through the show, he calls Phineas and I up. As I'm exiting the row, I'm like, can you see it? Can you see it? Like, I'm like asking the girls really quick before I go on stage. I am internally freaking out because no one knows obviously what's going on. We go on stage. We're a part of 3 tricks.
Who's first, by the way, Phineas or Claudia?
In what?
Oh, you're gonna guess the cup. Oh, yeah.
We were on stage for so long, and I'm standing there and I'm like, can anyone see up my tiny little dress, crossing my fingers that I don't bleed? For anyone watching that doesn't have periods, at least for me personally, it's not just like one constant state of flow. You'll not bleed for like 40 minutes and then suddenly downpour, okay? And you never really know when it's gonna happen, and you just kind of need to brace for it and make sure that you're prepared. So I'm like waiting for the downpour. The third and last trick that David does with us has to do with something that would normally make someone bleed, and he doesn't bleed. And immediately I'm thinking, the only person on that stage that was bleeding was me. Moments after that, there was an intermission and the downpour happened. I was able to ask someone for a tampon and everything was fine, but wow, you guys, that was really stressful. We straight up like made an itinerary for ourselves for that night because we wanted to cram a bunch of stuff in. We then gave ourselves, I think like 2 hours, 2-3 hours to gamble. I've never gambled in my life. And we played a bunch of blackjack. A couple of us won big. Happy to say no addiction was formed. I would do it again, but I have no desire to like throw down more money. We went to Excess, we watched the Chainsmokers, so fun. I think we went to bed at 7 a.m. that night. So we did it. We had so much fun. Perfect night.
I think this is.
Wait, we're next to each other no matter what.
One of my favorite venues in Los Angeles is the Greek. It's an outdoor theater, and you have like the trees and hills surrounding you. I went with a couple friends to watch Del Water Gap, our friend Holden.
Big fans. It's a big deal.
And he was doing like a co-headlining show concert with the Japanese House, which also another band I really love. For those of you who oil paint, I have some questions. If I'm buying a gesso primed prepared canvas that's already stapled and stretched to a frame, do I need to prime this or prep this any further? Or is this just like good to paint on immediately? I know I probably can do whatever I want, obviously, but like what's the most recommended? The other question I have, there's so many different like paint thinners and mediums and gels. I know a lot of them are toxic. I found this lavender brush cleaner, safer natural solvent for oil painting. I've seen people recommend using this as the solution that you use to rinse off your brushes as you're switching colors, but also you can use this as a paint thinner. For example, like I did a very subtle wash of brown across the whole canvas, and I used this. And I don't know if this is like the best method, but this is like a non-toxic version. A lot of people recommend using like linseed oil. I found someone talking about the Gamblin solvent-free gel, saffron oil-based medium. So these are the two things I'm using. Should I be using something else like linseed, or is like this kind of the same thing? I don't know. I'm gonna talk through some of the lessons that I learned and just my overall thoughts as you guys watch me paint. All of the green tile and the water was my favorite part of this painting because it felt the most freeing, especially when I got to the ripply water parts, because I was able to get a little bit more abstract with it. I didn't have to reference the image as much, and it definitely felt the most freeing. For some reason, the hat was the easiest thing. It could have been really hard looking at the image to try to mimic exactly what it looked like in real life, but just doing this like squiggle pattern, I think really worked out. And it's sort of its own version of abstract, but still kind of like following the rules of the real life hat. I don't know if that makes sense. The biggest lesson I've learned is how slowly oil paint dries. I tend to get pretty impatient and bored with painting certain areas, and so I constantly wanted to switch out colors and switch out what portion of the painting I was working on next. If you're steadying your pinky or your finger or your palm on your painting and you're letting one area dry, it's not drying for many, many days. And because I painted this in such a small amount of time, I was fully working with an entirely wet canvas. And so I had to be really careful about where I was steadying my hand and often would smudge the painting and have to refix it. In general, the next oil painting I do, I'm gonna give myself way more time. I really just wanted to finish it for the month of August and to make it into this video, but I think hopping around from different area to area in such a short amount of time, no good. You guys, I lost my mind a little bit with these stripes. I originally was using a smaller brush and everything was just looking like really wobbly. It was really challenging to create little lines without fully resting my hand on the painting because it was wet. Eventually, halfway through, I found a larger brush that has sort of like a flatter edge, and that worked so much better. And then my next realization was the blue paint underneath had pretty much fully dried at that point, and so I was able to use my lavender paint thinner to erase mistakes. If I could redo the stripes, I would have used the larger brush, started at the top, draw the line, clean it up, draw the next line, clean it up, and I would have just cleaned my lines as I went. But by the time I discovered this, I was so far into it, and a lot of the white stripes had already dried from a few days before. So now that I'm done, for those of you who paint, how long do I wait to seal it and what should I use? I saw somewhere online that I should wait at least 6 months to be extra sure that the oil paint is fully dried underneath. So in 6 months, what do I use? Or sooner, what do I use? And when I seal it, should I use like a big brush? Like, should I use one of these guys? Or should I use, I don't know what the alternative would be, but let me know if I should seal it. I want this to last and stay in its perfect condition. But until then, it's staying here and it's drying because this is literally still wet. I hope you guys enjoyed this little peek into my last month, and I love you very much. I love that you guys love these videos. I love making them, and I will see you guys next month. Bye.